Liverpool right now, and this is because we're going to be doing the Liverpool career mode. So I'm going to click here, and there's a lot of things that I want to get through first. Videos have not been uploading right now, so I'm trying to be uploading videos and they've not been uploading, and I have no clue why. They've just not been uploading and they've not been working, so I couldn't, like, I haven't been uploading videos because of that. But like, hopefully that if I can get this done, well, if you're not watching this right now, then sad times, but if you are, then that's brilliant because I can finally get this to work. So yeah. Right, so right now we're doing Liverpool career mode, and they're really close to winning the league. So I'm going to try and do that in this series. Now this series I will try my best to continue and actually not just do it. So what I want to do is I want to try and do the treble, which is winning the league, winning the FA Cup, and possibly the Carabao Cup. Because I don't think we'll win the Champions League in the first season. But if we were to, then that would just be brilliant. But I think Man City probably have a better chance of doing that, so we're going to advance to invite one that has the most money, which is that. Ooh, it's a good group. So there's 2 people right now that I would want to sign, but I think we do need a centre back because, well, right now Gomez is looking a bit injury prone, so I think we need someone to replace him, and I want Firmino to be a striker. I think he plays best there. Obviously Salah there and everything. So I think, well, right now this is looking like a good enough team. I don't really have to change anything apart from, yeah, I don't really want Moreno, and I think Milner's time's up, to be totally honest. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me with this, but I think it's done for him, to be honest. Don't think there's anything left in his locker. I also want to maybe take Henderson out for Keita. That's what I'm going to do right now, and yes, I can make Van Dijk captain. Oh, I wish it was gegenpress. Well, this is defensive style, but on offensive, I wish it was gegenpress. So constant pressure, probably. Width. Not it. I'll go like that. Depth. Do that. You're probably fast build up. Width. Just keep it the same as it was. Players in the box, I want all the players in the box. I want to score a lot of heading goals, corners as well, free kicks as well. Don't continue anything. Instructions, nothing I really want to do there. I'm sure there's someone that's better. I'm looking at the free kick accuracy, by the way. I'm proper sure there was someone better. Well, doesn't look like it. It's going to be the exact same. Long free kick. Again, just the same. Looking between Van Dijk looked really good, but I like him getting into the box to maybe score them headers. So that's going to be the team. Nothing much changed, and yeah, I'm going to see back to you when hopefully I'm going to shortlist 2 players, and then I'll see you when that is done. Right, so I've got those 2 players now, Timo Werner and Usman Dembele. It proves that like they're both rapid and they're both showing really good potential and they're both really young. But I'm gonna go try and shortlist a defender because I think we need one to put Gomez on the bench. So I'll see you when that is done as well. Wow, Akbon is 30 years old. Years of age, but why is he not retired yet? I know. I'm doing something for a video. Right, so I've shortlisted the players, I've shortlisted all the defenders. I've got a couple of players who are on pre-contract. Well, I can say on pre-contracts, which is good. And I've also got, there are 2 of them are here somewhere. Well, I also decided to get, well, not decided to get, these are the people on pre-contract. I'm going to try and get Muslim Dembele, Usman Dembele, and Timo Werner, because they are just what I need. So I'm going to head round to the negotiations once I find them. If you couldn't see already, I shortlisted a lot of players, and there they are. So I might go in for, I'm going to go in for Timo Werner first. 30. He's got a release clause. They've both got release clauses, right? Werner. We do need a backup striker, and there's nobody really there for it. I'm gonna go in for Usman Dembele first, which is 91 million. I will put a bid in for thingies as well. Not Dembele, Werner. So here somewhere. I'm also gonna put this in, and I will be with you in a minute because I'm gonna see if I can get some other offers. So I'll see you. What's his release club? I'm gonna pay that as well. So there's a lot of players I really want right now if he did. He's got release clause as well. Ah! Not him. I'll pay this as well. Oh, this.
Football Daily. Today we're looking at 10 woeful mistakes footballers have made online. 10. Arsenal. You don't have to cast your mind far back to remember this social media blunder. The 17-18 campaign hasn't got off to the best start for Arsenal, who have suffered humiliating defeats at the hands of Liverpool and Manchester City. After months of speculation surrounding star players Ozil and Sanchez, who seem to be heading for the exit door, and the rise of their North London rivals, work in the Gunners' social media office must be harder than ever. So when Arsenal shocked the entire world of football by beating their inform enemies Tottenham, the club took to Twitter to celebrate and stick it to their critics. Notably, they replied to a Daily Mail journalist who had selected a combined 11 of the best North London team possible. As he had chosen an entire Spurs side, Arsenal responded with a gif of Ozil drinking a cup of tea. Though the post may have been tongue-in-cheek, it caused a storm over Twitter, as the journalist received homophobic and anti-Semitic abuse from angry fans. Not the club's intention, and definitely not the best PR, Adam Crafton, the reporter in question, advised other clubs to not follow suit. 9. Joliet Lescott. In February of 2016, Jolyon Lescott found himself on the end of some harsh criticism for tweeting this photo of a Mercedes just hours after Aston Villa's car crash performance, pardon the pun, which saw them lose 6-0 at home to Liverpool. The Villa defender tweeted a picture of the Mercedes AMG S worth around 122k. Clearly not that upset about the result, he left fans absolutely livid. It was the first time since 1983 that the club had conceded so many goals in a game, and it cemented their drop to the Championship. Lescott responded with the world's worst excuse, and the situation went from 0 to 60. The former Man City player failed to appease the Villa Park faithful when he said that he'd tweeted the photo by accident while he was driving. His poor performances, terrible attitude and online faux pas earned him so much abuse by fans and the press that the former England international had to keep his family away from the ground and swiftly left the Midlands for AEK Athens in the following window. 8. Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney holds some astonishing records. He's England's top scorer, holds the same accolade at Man United and tops the table for most Premier League goals for one club with a mighty 183 in a Red Devils jersey. In 2016, the Englishman of Irish descent tweeted in celebration of St Patrick's Day, but mistook the Ivory Coast flag for the Irish one. Proving that geography isn't his only dud subject, Rooney has also mistakenly posted tweets where he clearly meant to text. In fact, he seems to completely misunderstand the entire concept of Twitter, which in a way is almost endearing. Well, at least we know that unlike Mesut Ozil and Gundogan, the Everton boy is definitely behind his own account. 7. Joey Barton. This list probably could have been called Top 10 Terrible Joey Barton Tweets, as the ex-Man City and Newcastle midfielder is synonymous with social media controversy. He's criticised Neymar, said Messi is overrated, called Thiago Silva a transsexual, slated Burnley before taking a move there, and declared himself a Celtic fan, later to become a Rangers player. Clearly Barton needs some form of moderator to stop him making these embarrassing statements to the entire world of Twitter, but we don't think he's going to stop anytime soon, having even picked a Twitter fight with God. 6. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Arsenal haven't won the league title since 2004 and have only added the FA Cup to their emptying trophy cabinet since. Having dropped out of the top 4 in 2017 to play on a Thursday night, Arsene Wenger's fate in or out of the club is a common discussion across social media. But what probably wasn't so normal was when the players got involved themselves. Following the 3-1 loss to Chelsea that ended the Gunners' 16-17 title hopes, Oxlade-Chamberlain liked a video titled Wenger Out. Bit of an awkward stance to take against your current coach. The Ox said it was an accident, but his departure for a pay cut at Liverpool a year later said otherwise. And he wasn't the only player to admit the club was in dire straits. Aaron Ramsey, Arsenal's number 8, posted a tribute goodbye to the previous tweeter, writing, "Another of our British boys heading on for new things. Hashtag the Ox, hashtag shambles." But the Welshman denied that shambles was a reference to the club, saying it's actually a nickname for Oxlade-Chamberlain. We aren't buying it, Ramsey, but to be honest, you have a point. 5. Christian Benteke. With the average footballer training for 3 to 4 hours a day, you would think that they'd have time to tweet themselves. Then again, having watched up to here, Rooney and Barton have made good cases to hire a social media manager. A step that was taken by Belgian international Christian Benteke. But not even this seemingly sensible measure could prevent some woeful mistakes. Following a disappointing spell at Liverpool, where the striker found himself bound with injury and his goal tally for the season staying in single figures, Benteke signed for Crystal Palace for around £30 million in 2016. But his Twitter was a little confused, updating his official profile to say that he was now a Burnley player. 255 miles away from each other at complete opposite ends of the country, Benteke blamed the mistake on his Twitter guy. 4. Andre Gray. From someone who thought they played for Burnley to someone who actually did turn out for the Lancashire outfit. Andre Gray had a dazzling career in the English second tier when he moved from Brentford to Burnley and collected the Championship Player of the Year award in 2015. But Gray's history came back to haunt him when tweets he made in 2012 resurfaced 4 years later. After earning promotion to the Premier League with the Clarets and scoring his first top-flight goal against Liverpool, Gray was shoved into the spotlight and cross-examined by football fans everywhere. The striker was found guilty of breaking 6 of the FA's rules and received a full-match ban and a £25,000 fine for tweeting homophobic and offensive tweets while he was playing for non-league Hinckley United. Gray eventually returned to the starting lineup and ended his first season in the Prem with 30 appearances, 10 goals and a much less active Twitter presence. 3. Jamie Vardy. The world of social media can be an extremely dangerous portal, with the chance of posting the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person being an ever-present worry to millennials today. Dele Alli, for example, has been haunted by photos he posted on his Bebo site at 16, while fans dredged up some of his best jokes of 2012. But Jamie Vardy's Facebook status in 2011, when he was playing for Fleetwood Town in the conference, steals the show. The motto has followed him ever since he rose to fame and got his hands on the Premier League trophy in the 2015-16 season with Leicester. Not quite Shakespeare, but nevertheless iconic, as one Foxes fan even got the quote tattooed on his side after Vardy beat Ruud van Nistelrooy's record of scoring in 11 consecutive league games that season. 2. Adrian Mutu. Adrian Mutu, the former Juventus and Fiorentina man, is not shy of controversy. Contract breaches taking the limelight over his time at Stamford Bridge and big nights out earning him international bans, it's unsurprising that his Twitter got him in trouble too. In November 2013, he proved that although he was approaching the latter end of his colourful career, he hadn't gained much maturity. After Mutu was rejected from the Romanian squad, mainly due to his questionable behaviour while previously under Paterka leadership, the forward hit back on Twitter. He posted this photo of the Romanian manager replacing his head with Mr. Bean's. The coach didn't see the funny side and banned him from the international squad shortly after. Maybe more time on the training pitch and less on Photoshop would have been more beneficial for Mutu's career. 1. Mario Balotelli. What would a list about online controversy be without the striker from Palermo? Balotelli has revived his career with a move to Nice that has seen him return to goal-scoring form, as he now sits in the top 10 scorers of Ligue 1 and has the same goals per game average as Neymar at 0.7. And on social media, the striker is just as formidable. He keeps his 4 million followers entertained with tweets about his pig-named Super and arguments with other athletes from Jamie Carragher to Usain Bolt. However, the forward who picked up 17 yellows and 3 reds over his time in England got cautioned off the field for his inappropriate use of social media. After posting a picture on Instagram of the Nintendo character Super Mario, captioned, "Jumps like a black man and grabs coins like a Jew," Balotelli received a 25k fine and 1 match ban. His reckless behaviour on and off the pitch left him with no space in Klopp's Liverpool, and he was sent packing to Milan, where he managed just 1 league goal in the 15-16 campaign. Why always you, Mario? So thanks once again for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to click on screen right now, check out one of our other videos, and as always, don't forget.
Right, so guys, we have done it. We've signed, as you can see in the top corner, we've signed a top player. But it's more than a top player, I'm going to say. More like top players. As you can see, one of them right there, Kostas Manolas, Todibo, and the other ones you're about to see in a minute too. We've got a lot of us loaned out. There's another one, Ousmane Dembele, brilliant. And I'm sure there's one more. Nope. Oh, I actually didn't have the financial means, so I need to sell some players so I can get financial means to try and I cannot speak to try and get some of these players. Wait, lag. Like, I was looking between one of them, but that's 30 million and that's 28 million. That's 30 million. So no way we'll ever be able to get Timo Werner right now, unless you sold one of our big players. So I'm going to start the team right now. Change the formation up. Do that. Yeah, do that. And probably I'll put Keita on the bench for Enrique right now and do this. So I'm going to put Today was 64 rated. He plays for Barcelona. He just got a move to Barcelona. Shouldn't be 64 rated. But Manolas, here, Gomez on the bench. Now I think that should be it right now. And yeah, so far we've made 3 signings, 3 amazing signings. And I'm not gonna play the, what do you call them? Oh, wait, I'm gonna look at some pre-season. free agents, because I'm wondering if there's any free agents. Like any good free agents. Don't know about any of these guys. Throwing goals right now. Schramm possibly. Serrano. Oh no, he's actually a brilliant defender. I've seen him. Egeber, not so much. I mean, he looks young, but doesn't look like he has much potential. Looking for players that possibly are like experts or something, or players that I could possibly bring in that could be okay. Ashraf, never know what I'm gonna see. Good enough. Because if they've got a face scan, it means there must be something. Andre de Jong. And their attackers. Bevan. I have heard of Bevan because he was in the Asian Cup and he done quite well. Don't get why you get called up to a squad and then get thingied right after it, dropped by your team. But I might go and searching for other players.
FD, where today we bring you 10 of the dumbest people in football. From bad commentators to clumsy criminals, there's every kind of idiot on our list. No prizes for guessing who wrote this one. 10. David Beckham. It really does hurt to admit it, but David Beckham has never been an intellectual powerhouse. The former England captain claims his favourite movie is The Lion King, which is a great choice, but perhaps not what you'd expect from a 42-year-old whose career has taken him to Paris, Milan and Hollywood. Beckham signed a youth contract with Man United at 14, and from then on his schooling took a back seat, as he helped the Red Devils to the FA Youth Cup in 1992 at the age of 17. He made his first team debut later that year and paid tribute to the support of his mum and dad, saying, "My parents have been there for me ever since I was about 7. Wonder what they were doing before that." And it's not the only time the six-time Premier League champion has misspoken. When asked if he considered himself a volatile player, Beckham said, "Well, I can play in the centre, on the right and occasionally on the left side." Fortunately for Becks, his feet are much better at doing the talking, bringing him a Champions League title and second place at the Ballon d'Or in 1999. 9. Mickey Thomas. Wayfish wide man Mickey Thomas played for half the teams in England during the 80s, including Man United and Chelsea, helping the Blues return to the top flight in 1984 after 5 years in the second division. A Welshman, Thomas won 51 caps and played a whopping 727 club games as a professional. That's more than Paul Scholes. Having grown up hard on a poor council estate, Thomas was keen to secure his financial future, but football was not as lucrative as he had hoped. During his time with Chelsea, he lived in Wales and commuted to London, where he'd sleep in the Stamford Bridge dressing room, claiming he couldn't afford rent on £500 a week. So at the age of 37, when he returned to Wrexham, the club where he'd started his career, he quickly got mixed up in a money laundering ring. He handed out fake notes to the club's trainees and was eventually caught and given 18 months in prison. Sometimes named as the forerunner to Ryan Giggs on the field, Thomas also had an unfortunate similarity to his countryman Offit, as in 1993 he was caught by his former brother-in-law having sex with his new wife in a field. A fight followed in which the player got stabbed 15 times with a screwdriver, but luckily suffered no serious wounds. He was probably glad to get into prison after that. 8. Alan Shearer. An undeniably brilliant striker, Alan Shearer has somehow managed to spend more than a decade in media after retirement, despite having nothing intelligent to say. Shearer became the most expensive player ever in 1996, when Newcastle paid £15 million for him, and he celebrated with a typically idiotic comment, saying, "I never wanted to leave, I'm here for the rest of my life, and hopefully after that as well." Always aggressive on the pitch, in 1998 he was charged with misconduct after kicking Neil Lennon in the head during a league game. The charges were later dropped, and a year later FA official Graham Kelly revealed that Shearer had threatened to withdraw from England's World Cup squad if he was banned in the Prem. Though he won just a single medal as a player and got Newcastle relegated as a manager, Shearer is always ready with criticism for footballers and coaches, and memorably claimed in 2016 that Sergio Aguero was the only world-class player in the Premier League, presumably forgetting De Gea, Hazard, Ozil and Kane. Great shout, Alan, as usual. 7. Charles Nzogbia. These days, the French national team has fearsome options on the wing, with Dembele, Mbappe, Coman, Fekir, Griezmann and Martial all turning out for Les Bleus. But back in 2010, we were getting 2 caps while playing for Wigan. The winger had moved to the Premier League at 18, spending 5 years at Newcastle before switching to the Latics, where he was named Player of the Year in his first season as he helped the club beat the drop. However, his success was tainted when he was arrested at a driving centre where he was due to take his practical exam.
Phones are good, cause new pay-as-you-go on 3 comes with benefits, winky face, calls, texts, and data, plus a free subscription every month on us. Find your focus with Headspace. Then find your Tinderella on Tinder. Happily ever never. Bye. Then respawn on Xbox Game Pass. Then keep.
To so-called irregularities were found on his theory test. Under police questioning, Nzogbia confessed that he had paid someone else to take the written exam so he didn't have to, a crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison. But Nzogbia got lucky and was only given a caution. Then Wigan manager Roberto Martinez stood by the player, but a year later the Frenchman was moved on to Aston Villa, where he stayed until 2016. Sadly, his career came to a premature end when a routine medical ahead of a transfer back to France with Nantes turned up an undiagnosed heart condition. He left the game at just 30 years old. 6. Michael Owen. Michael Owen is a man so stupid he actually dislikes entertainment. The Ballon d'Or winner in 2001 claims that he hates films and has only seen 8 of them. I like factual stuff.